Hello, everybody. Welcome into UFO Fantasy Football. I'm Jackson. That's Finn. And today we're going to be talking about our Week 12 Stars of the Week. But
Yes.
it was just Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. And it's a little bit less game, so we're only going to go with one receiver and one running back each.
And the World Cup's on. I mean, there's just so much going on right now.
Yeah, a lot going on.
U.S., tie in England.
Okay. Go ahead and start us off.
Okay. My QB, I got some chalk picks this week, but I'm going Joe Burrow with my quarterback star this week. Going against the Tennessee Titans, who seem like they have a good defense for some reason, but they've actually allowed the fourth most fantasy points to quarterbacks on a points per game basis over the last 3 weeks. And I was just looking at Burrow's stats here. I mean, he's put up 30 plus fantasy points in 3 of his last 5 games.
Wow.
Which is pretty crazy. So
and some of those without Jamar Chase, right?
Yeah. I think Jamar is questionable, I saw, but I'm guessing he's not going to play. But so I mean, I'm all over Burrow. I've already got him in one of my DraftKings lineups here. With the ability to explode like he can, I'm going with him.
I like it, especially for my T. Higgins.
And my T. Higgins, yes.
Yeah. My quarterback start of the week is going to be Geno Smith. Throughout the season, the Raiders have been the 5th worst against quarterbacks, and Geno's kind of been lighting it up. I mean, he's done nothing like super flashy, but he's always pretty consistent. And I think they're going to take advantage of that really bad Raiders defense, and I think it'll be a good day
like
with the
Russ
Seahawks.
Put it last week.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I dropped Russ in my one league.
Yeah, you told me that.
I've given up.
I think I need to as well.
It's done.
All right. How about your running back this week?
Okay. Well, sticking with that Seattle team coming off a bye, I'm going with Kenneth Walker. I've picked him a couple times before as my star, and he usually comes through. Again, going against Vegas, 3rd most fantasy points allowed to running backs over the last 3 weeks. He's another guy. He's had over 25 points in 2 of his last 4 games. I like him having some time to recover over the past week for this home stretch. And I just kind of like this game to have a lot of points scored and him to be involved, kind of supporting your Geno call earlier. I think it's got the 2nd highest over-under at 47.5. So it's up there. So there's just a lot of things I like about this game. And Walker's going to be involved as he has been, post that Penny injury. So
yeah,
I'm all over that.
I like it.
I would say too, before you give us yours, Rachaad White for Tampa.
Yes,
I like as well. We're not doing the second running back, but I like him in DraftKings as well.
Yeah, with Joe Mixon out, I have to start Rachaad White and my start of the week, Jeff Wilson. Against the Texans. I believe Raheem Mostert is questionable. I thought I read he might be doubtful.
Yeah.
Which even better for Jeff Wilson. The Texans are the worst against the run out of the entire league. And I believe since Jeff Wilson has joined the Dolphins, he's averaged 19 points a game, which is kind of insane. And now he's going against the worst run defense. So I see a very, very big week for Jeff Wilson.
Another high over-under in that game, of course, as well. And I mean, if Miami gets up as you'd expect them to be on Houston, they should be running out that clock towards the end of the game there. So game script could be very positive for him. So good call there.
Yeah. How about your wide receiver?
Yes, my star is Michael Evans for Tampa. I like Brady coming off a bye here. Extra time to recover, extra time to prepare, going against the Cleveland Browns. 10th most fantasy points allowed to wide receivers over the last 3 weeks. And Mike Evans, he had 6 targets in his last game, but he had in the 3 games prior to that, he had 11 targets, and 15 targets. And he has not scored since I think week 3 or 4. Insane. So he just feels due for a big game here. So I'm going with Mike Evans. I think Tampa's gonna kind of win comfortably here and wants to kind of right the ship or continue
Absolutely.
to, because I'm sure they see some blood in the water there for the division, and
And the NFC in general, honestly.
yeah.
Absolutely. My wide receiver start of the week is going to be Terry McLaurin, going against the abysmal Falcons defense, who is second worst against the pass or the against receivers. And
Wow. Okay.
yeah. And since Taylor Heineke's taken over, Terry McLaurin's been a lot more involved than when Carson Wentz was the quarterback. And it's going to be Heineke until he messes up a few times in a row, I would imagine.
They're in contention now with Heineke. So
yeah. So, they need a win. They can pass all over the Falcons, and I think Terry's going to have a good day.
Okay, I hope so.
Me
For
too.
my other leagues.
All right,
Tight
and
end?
lastly, tight end.
Okay. This one's a little risky. I'm going Tyler Higbee. I am forced to start him in one league here with Pitts now on IR. So, the matchup versus KC on paper, KC's been pretty good against tight ends recently, but they haven't been very good against receivers. And Kupp is out, and Higbee over the last 2 weeks has gotten 8 targets in each of those games. So he seems to be much more heavily involved now, given the Ram situation. Kupp's obviously out this week. They're going to have to keep up with Kansas City, so they're going to be throwing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think by default, almost, I think the targets Higbee will be enough to make him fantasy relevant. Yes. Obviously, I'm not taking him over Kelsey or Andrews or any of those guys, but I mean, I think he should be a serviceable start this week, and that's kind of how I'm viewing him.
Absolutely.
I also kind of like Noah Fant as a deeper pick.
I thought about it
in DFS. Yeah, so keep him on your radar, but yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Higbee seems to be like the safety valve for Goff or for Stafford, even though it's not Stafford anymore. But
right.
But the pocket's going to collapse, and Higbee's going to be the guy that gets all those dump offs.
That's a good point, right? But I think he'll be the quick release option there for most of those.
Yeah. My tight end start of the week is going to be Gerald Everett. He's probably been my most started of the week.
Well, I was debating Njoku, and I was like, we just can't pick Njoku and Everett every week.
It just seems like it's always there, though.
Yeah.
He's playing against the Cardinals defense, who is, I believe, second worst against tight ends.
Yeah, all season long. It's been Arizona just can't stop them. I think the Chargers are pretty bad against the tight end as well.
Yeah, not very good.
Doesn't have a tight end to throw to, really. But.
Yeah. But if you look at what the 49ers and George Kittle did last week, I think he scored 2 touchdowns, like 70 or so yards.
Mm-hmm.
He's just torching them.
Yeah.
Won me a week in one of my leagues.
No Mike Williams, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Keenan Allen's still, I don't know if he's 100% healthy or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Everett's a lock in my daily fantasy, I think.
All right.
Yeah. That is going to do it for today's episode. Hope this helps you. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Again, happy holidays, and until next time, see you.